you on the regular schedule at this time, and you are live on YouTube. Sally Quinn, this mic is all yours.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yoo-hoo!
whew, deep breath, deep breath. I'm a little nervous. Um, okay. Well, on Pal Talk, for some reason I put my nickname Sally Wally, and when I started getting on there, I thought, oh my God, people are just gonna think I'm an idiot, and uh, and then I thought, who cares, because I'm Sally Wally Ding Dong. That was my name my sister gave me. I never really try and take life too seriously. And lately came to the realization, because I'm a, kind of a slow student, that life isn't here to be happy. It's really here for forgiveness and just to forgive everything and realize that it never happened. And and all the transgressions that I carry just kind of block my awareness to the light of love. And yeah, so acceptance is very important. And I've been really living accepting everything the way it is. And it's just been a real awakening experience to really not should or could or want to change things, because I realize that God has everything planned out for me for my happiness, and that if I ever kind of start doubting things, it's really the ego coming in and trying to pull me back into the darkness again. So I kind of planned a lot of stuff out. I'm trying to kind of channel the Holy Spirit, but I kind of just earmarked some stuff in the course about acceptance, and this one is from chapter 2, the altar of God, and it's in its paragraph 3. And it's the acceptance of the atonement by everyone is only a matter of inevitability of the final decision. But this is not so. You can temporize, and you are capable of enormous procrastination, but you cannot depart entirely from your creator, who
Yeah.
set limits on your ability to miscreate. Yeah. An imprisoned will engenders a situation which is extreme, becomes altogether intolerable. And intolerance for pain may be high, but it's not without limit. And it seems like that we always want what we want, and think, and in learning the course, thinking that that I'm just trying to connect with God's mind and be a part of God's mind, because that's what I am. There's always this voice that comes up and says, yeah, but you want to be you, and you're such a creative person, and blah blah blah, and you don't want to lose your freedom. But really, that person that thinks they're free and has freedom isn't real. And that's what I've kind of had to come to terms with. And I'm really having a hard time talking. So if anybody wants to chime in and say anything, you're more than welcome to. But I will continue to read.
Now, Sally, I just want to tell you how great you are. I mean, when I tell you you're so clear, it's only that little voice in us that keeps thinking that we're not good enough. But you sound wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I keep telling that voice to be quiet, but it's loud, and that quiet voice is just whispering. So I think it'll get louder if I just continue. And that's kind of why I'm doing this, because and Dove says that being uncomfortable is a good place to be, which is where I am right now. And trying to rely on spirit, which is something that I've had struggled with for a long time. I remember talking to a girl who was in one of my course groups, and she'd call me all the time, and tell me all their problems, and then she would tell me, well, the Holy Spirit told me to do this, and the Holy Spirit told me to do that. And I think I don't really hear a clear voice talking to me about what I should do or what I shouldn't do, that I can say exactly is the Holy Spirit talking to me. And so I said to her, is it a voice in your head? Is it talking in sentences? And she never called me again. So so yeah. So she didn't help me at all. But I hope I helped her.
Actually, sounds like you helped her a lot. She helped you a lot, both of you. It was perfect. I love that story.
Yeah, so I'm going to breathe in acceptance and breathe out resistance, because that is a very important thing that I heard Dove say. And thank you for referring me to that Sunday thing, because I was in the city and visiting a friend, so I wasn't able to get on the Zoom. But and I love acceptance is your superpower, because wow, that there's so much negativity in the resistance. My husband's a guy that always thinks that to come up with all the negative things that could happen is a real positive thing, because then you're planning the future. And I'm always like, no, it's no, because what you're doing is you're kind of planting in your mind all these negative ideas instead of just trying to move forward and just move on with life. I mean, if you accept everything as it is, there's really no problems, you know. I mean, the problems are accepted and you just move on, you know. I just recently had I had a foot surgery, and it made one toe larger than the other, and it was constantly traumatized for like 10 years. It was traumatized, and it would hurt every night. And it got cellulitis, and then it got a bone infection, and I had to have a part of the bone removed. And I just it was just so cool, because I just accepted it. And I just said, you know, I'm going to look at this like corrective surgery, because it was definitely too long to begin with. And I don't care if I have a toenail or not, it's not going to hurt anymore. And it was really a good experience. And it's great now. So acceptance of everything, acceptance of the atonement, acceptance of the fact that all these things that we think have happened to us never happened, and that things are perfect and they're just the way that they're supposed to be. And that's a real enlightening experience. That's really helped to carry me through the last few months. And yeah, so gosh, I'm getting stuck because I don't know what else to talk about. But I did have a bunch of stuff that I can read, and this is something that Dove had talked about on Sunday, and that's lesson 135, and the lesson is, if I defend myself, I am attacked. And I believe it's paragraph 13 or paragraph 11, but it's, what could you not accept if you but knew that everything that happens, all events, past, present, and to come, are gently planned by one whose purpose is your good. And we always think that we're here and just pray to whatever, you know, we're just here to get batted around and screwed over in this world. And really, you know, everything's planned for our good if we would just believe that, and we just understand that, and see it in our lives. And oh gosh, the ego analyzes and the spirit accepts, and so that's That's the basics of, oh gosh, of the whole thing. I'm sorry, Dub. I'm having a hard time expressing exactly what I want to say.
You're
But I can read another thing. And this is from chapter 9, the acceptance of reality, and it's paragraph 11. And it says, you do not recognize the enormous waste of energy you expend on denying the truth. What would you say of someone who persists in attempting the impossible, believing that to achieve it is to succeed? Belief that you must have the impossible in order to be happy is totally at variance with the principle of creation. God could not will the happiness depended on what you could never have. The fact that God is love does not require belief, but it does require acceptance. It is indeed possible for you to deny facts, although it is impossible for you to change them. If you hold your hands over your eyes, you will not see because you are interfering with the laws of seeing. If you deny love, you will not know it because your cooperation in this law, the cooperation is the law of its being. You cannot change laws you did not make, and the laws of happiness were created for you, not by you. So, so it just takes our acceptance. You know, we didn't create anything. God created it all, and if we just accept what His plan is, we'll definitely be doing what we need to do here on the earth. And this lesson today is just so perfect. You know, miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light, but I am not a body. So what am I? You know, I'm the perceiver of the body. I'm the dreamer of the body. I'm the dreamer of the dream. And I dreamed it all. I didn't just dream this body. I dreamed everything the body sees and everything the body around the body. Yeah, I'm not the body, and none of us are. And that's what we have to keep telling ourselves every minute, you know, that I'm not the body, and all these things that I think are bothering me are here to help me. They're here to help me to see all the imperfections that I see inside of myself, all the guilt that I have inside myself, all these things that are bothering me are really showing me what I need to work on and what I need to forgive, and accepting everything as it is the key, is the grease that helps you climb the ladders, as a wise man once said. So, oh gosh. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of stuck, and I'm sorry, but
fine. That's perfect.
I've said all I can say.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah. Acceptance is such a biggie. You know, he says trust is the bedrock of God's teachers. And once you fully develop trust, everything else is given to you. Yes, trust. Everything else, consistency, honesty, generosity, tolerance, open-mindedness, everything is given to you. And the closest thing to trust until you finally totally trust is acceptance. Acceptance gets you to trust. That's exactly what gets you to trust. Acceptance. Acceptance and trust are just about the same thing. Trust is fully open. Trust is I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I love that. I love that. And yeah, just working every day on it. And I'm always a listener, so it's hard for me to be the teacher, but I'm gonna keep working on it, and trying to express my thoughts a little better. But I appreciate you all listening.
Thank you so much, Sally.
I have my trust too.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's very cool. Yeah.
There's a line that says, trust would settle every problem now. Because we have no problems. He tells that in lesson 80. Trust would settle. But until then, just keep accepting. That's all you got. Because the opposite of accepting is resisting. Breathe in acceptance, breathe out resistance.
Love it. Thank you, Dove. Thank you, Sally, so much.
I love you all. Thank you so much for letting me share and giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it.
I love it. And you said 30 minutes, and you said, I don't know if I can talk for 30 minutes, but it's actually 34.
Ooh.
So, so yeah. Anyway, we'll talk during the week if you want to come back. You're
Oh,
certainly
great.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, come back. Come back. You were perfect.
Oh, thank you.
You're no
Sharon.
different than any of us.
Yeah,
Well,
we were all
thank
best
you
friends.
so much.
I don't know
Yeah, I
anybody.
mean, come. The whole point here is we're all together in this. Every one of us, and every one of us. If when we feel we're separate, which is a lot of the time, of course, it makes us insecure. Makes us think we're not good enough. It makes us unworthy.
That's true.
And a lot of us have rough times. Like, you can only teach yourself, but this is a group that will absolutely invite you to. You sounded wonderful. So you were listening to a liar.
Thank
There's
you.
a part in us that's such a liar.
That's true.
And sometimes when I follow it, I'm really miserable. And I see that now.
Yeah.
So
This
I
way,
hope you come
I
back.
had all this. I had this earmarked because I was going to read all this stuff, but
You know what? We're all the same. You want to give it your best shot, but you were perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, but everybody was.
I do the same thing.
What's
I
that?
have 8,000 things open on my computer. And I read one of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you never know.
And when you were talking, Sally, about not being a teacher, we all say the same thing. That's what's so amazing. The ego
Yeah.
is the same in all of us. We all have the ego's insecure.
That's what I always say to people when they say, "Oh, I have these doubts." I always say, "That's not your voice. That's just a voice talking in your head."
Yeah, it's a crazy
you don't have
voice.
to believe that. That's just what everybody listens. Everyone hears that. Everyone hears it.
Oh, you know what? I've had meltdowns in here. I've had everything, but you know what? We're all together in this, so we're propping each other up because
That's
all of us are getting thinning out from this parasite that we believe is us. And it is a parasite because it just wants to infect everything, and to see it as clearly.
That's great. I like that.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close
All right.
this out.
Okay.
All
See you
right.
later,
Well,
guys.
See you on
Bye-bye.
Thursday.